30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's all it's taken for South Africans to lose their minds. Race hustlers, anti-Democratic Alliance cabals, people who hate the Democratic Alliance, rushing out to make ludicrous claims about a 30-second advertisement that the Democratic Alliance created for the South African elections on May 29th, 2024. Now, let me preface this by saying that I wouldn't have done the video in this fashion. It's cheeky, a little rude. I'm not a fan of burning flags at all. But the South African Broadcasting Corporation, proving once again it is a mouthpiece and propaganda organ of the ANC government, has refused to air this in violation of South African law. They're required to air political ads. So let's quote the South African Broadcasting Corporation. The SABC has been monitoring the outcry from South Africans of all races condemning the advertisement, which is currently in circulation on various media platforms. Likewise, the SABC believes that the advertisement encourages damage of treasured national symbols. The national flag is a national symbol which represents diverse elements of the country and national unity. Additionally, it is expected that the national flag should be accorded with dignity and respect. Thus, the flag is not a representation of a political party, but the nation at large. Now, that's the letter that the SABC released when it announced it would censor this advertisement. Now, it'd be really awesome if the SABC could have a conversation with my Supreme Court, which has ruled that burning the U.S. flag is free speech protected under the First Amendment. But then South Africa doesn't believe in free speech. They believe in punishing people for words. Like small children in primary school, South African political leaders and their propaganda outlets should be reminded that sticks and stones may hurt your bones, but words will never harm you. And neither will adverts pointing out how the ANC has destroyed South Africa. Now, Herman Mashaba, the president of Action SA, commented that the Democratic Alliance should have burnt the ANC flag. And to be honest, I think he has an excellent point. But then again, it's likely just a matter of hours before some offended white liberal South African or black supremacist runs off to the captured South African Human Rights Commission to lodge a case of racism where none exist. Further, the SABC said, the SABC has also noted the condemnation of the advertisement by the President of the Republic and other government departments. Of course you have. You work for them. You are their mouthpiece. The broadcaster also said that a responsible public broadcaster, because it did not want to be part of fueling the outrage that is evidenced on divergent media platforms. In other words, they'll censor content because it doesn't put the ANC in a good light. Now, adding to its pathetic argument, the SABC tried to explain its role as an ANC censorship organ. SABC added the following in the letter. In the spirit of the South African constitutional values and principles of national unity and nation building, the desecration of the national flag should be condemned. The SABC, as a public broadcaster, ANC mouthpiece, is mandated to promote nation building, promote the ANC, through its services, and said political advertisement goes against the spirit of nation building. Well, so does the SABC. The SABC has also noted that some of the words used in the advertisement in question are subject to a formal complaint lodged with ICASA against the SABC. Therefore, allowing this advertisement to be broadcast will be prejudicial to the SABC. Will there also be a complaint lodged with the ICASA against the SABC for its censorship during a political season? Clear, obvious, blatant election interference by a public broadcaster in South Africa. This is disgraceful. Look behind me. What do you see? The consequence of ANC negligence, malfeasance, neglect, and incompetence. The burning of South Africa's historical parliament building a couple of years ago because guards weren't on duty. They were sleeping. No one was monitoring closed-circuit television for hours on end over the holidays when someone walked in the building, poured petrol all over the place, lit the building on fire. Where was the ANC and where were their security? Nowhere to be found. The ANC is literally burning South Africa down. There's nothing wrong with the DA ad. It's a little cheeky, perhaps a bit rude, and Herman Mashaba had good advice. Burn the ANC flag. Censorship, not a wise idea for anybody. Not a wise idea. Thanks a lot, folks. You make the decision. Who are you going to vote for in South Africa May 29th? I know who I'm not voting for. Anybody. I'm not a South African. Thanks a lot. Cheers and take care of yourself.